Hi, my name is Adnan and I'm the CEO of Aiva Labs. I'm excited to show you a deep dive of our product. At its core, Aiva is a design solution that allows you to create interactive experiences for your website without coding. Within minutes, you can create shoppable experiences which allow your visitors to discover products in new ways, design quizzes to learn more about their habits, and lead generation campaigns that are impossible to resist. Let's get started in the Aiva dashboard. This is where you'll be able to access your campaigns, analytics, data, and settings. In the settings, you'll find the tracker code to add to your website. This line of JavaScript can be added anywhere in the header of your site. It also works with Squarespace, Weebly, Magento, Google Tag Manager, Webflow, and more. You can use the same line of code for every website you manage. You can also integrate Aiva through our app on Shopify, or download a white-labeled WordPress plugin from the integrations panel. The dynamic widgets Aiva creates are called campaigns. When you start off, you have two options. You can head into the Smart Setup, which is a quick questionnaire that helps you find the perfect template, or explore the template gallery, which will allow you to pick an objective and find relevant starting points. We'll start with a simple survey template and transform it into a customer service experience. When you choose to start a campaign, you'll have the ability to assign a unique name as well as select a client. Here is where the fun begins. This is the Aiva Builder. It is where you'll be spending a majority of your time while using Aiva. It works a lot like Photoshop, but exports directly to code. Let's start off by drawing a close button. I can head into the Icons menu, select the X, and draw it directly on the canvas. Now, I can position it where I'd like by dragging it with my mouse or using the arrow keys for more precision. Changing the color of any element is easy on Aiva. Simply select the paint bucket to pick a color. You can create the perfect color using the screen. I'm going to make a blue and green gradient to match our branding. Now, I'll save it to my color palette, so it's easy to access later. You can also create on-hover colors using this menu by selecting the drop-down and clicking the on-hover color option. I'll just inverse the colors for the on-hover effect. Let's also change the bottom color to match the X button. You might notice that the shape has a shadow effect. That's set through the Borders menu right beside the paint bucket. There's a lot of options here to experiment with. Borders and shadows work with most elements, including icons, which allow you to unleash your creativity. Now, I'd like there to be a visual effect when I hover over the emojis. Here is where the design capabilities of Aiva really shine. With a few simple maneuvers, you can create a transparent rectangle along with an on-hover opaque gradient. It now gives visual feedback when an emoji is selected. With Aiva, all your favorite keyboard shortcuts work, so I can quickly copy and paste this rectangle for all of the emojis, or by using the right-click menu. Let's now make all of these different elements function when they're on the website. To do this, we will use the Actions menu. Here, you'll find lots of different options, like collecting email fields, revealing discounts, downloading files, redirecting visitors, and more. I'll select the Close action for the X button. For the emoji reactions, we can select multiple actions, which will allow us to show visitors a relevant message after they click. Tag the visitor for future on-site retargeting, and submit a custom value to the data room. Let's start with the happiest face. I'll tag the visitor as a fan, and I'll submit 5 out of 5 to the database as a custom value. I'll quickly repeat the same for the other emojis. For a one-step campaign, we can stop here to just collect info, but with Aiva, you don't have to. For example, as a brand, you might want to get to know a bit more about your fan so they can help you spread the word, be an influencer, or leave a good review. Why not take the opportunity to do exactly that right after they've given you positive feedback? Let's create a new tile to collect more information about our new fan. You know that they're already probably a buyer, so you have their email address. Let's take this opportunity to get their Instagram handle so we can further qualify them. I'll start off by clicking the plus button at the bottom of the screen beside the 1. Within the modal that appears, you can choose to start with a blank tile, a template, or an existing tile. Let's clone tile 1 so we have a starting point that matches the current theme. After creating your tile, you'll notice that a number 2 has appeared at the bottom of the screen. You can switch tiles by clicking on the tile number you'd like to navigate to, or by using Tile Peek, but more on that later. Now that we have another tile created, let's delete some of the stuff we don't need. Let's select everything by clicking and dragging the mouse, and then deselecting things we want to keep by holding Shift and clicking. Now, I'll use the delete key on my keyboard to get rid of the unwanted elements. The next step is to change the text to let people know that we'd like their Instagram handle so we can connect with them. Double-click to start editing any text on Aiva. If you'd like to change the color, you can use the A with an underline on the left toolbar. Now, let's draw an input field to collect the information from the visitor. You can find text inputs in the Inputs menu. You can double-click the input field to modify the placeholder text. I can also select and draw a button from the same menu. Within a few clicks, I can make the button match the rest of the campaign. Now, I'll have this button submit the Instagram handle to the data room by clicking the Submit Inputs action. Let's go back to tile 1 and link the two tiles. I can do this by clicking the hover zones I want to link, then using the action menu's Go to Tile action to interlink the tiles. For the middle option that's kinda meh, let's give them a coupon to make sure they shop with us next time as well. I'll create another tile and delete the unneeded elements once again. Now let's use Aiva's coupon feature to add a discount code from the Inputs menu. We have two choices for coupon types. We can make a static coupon for everyone or unique coupons. Let's pick static for now and let the user copy the coupon to the clipboard when clicked. When you use dynamic coupons, you can paste your CSV of coupons, and Aiva will serve them one at a time until they're all used. You can track the number of dynamic coupons you have remaining from your dashboard. Coupons can be modified just like text boxes. Let's add a dotted line around the coupon and make the background shaded. Now we can go back to tile 1 and hook up the meh emoji to tile 3. For the last two tiles, let's collect disgruntled customer emails so we can get in touch and resolve their issues. I'll duplicate tile 2 this time so it's easier to finish off the design. Fast forwarding ahead, I've replaced the text field with an email field and the text as well. Heading back to tile 1, I can connect the remaining emojis to the last tile. Turning on Tile Peek helps you make sure everything is connected correctly. You can even click the small numbers to quickly navigate to connected tiles. For the mobile version, we have two options. We can create a unique experience for mobile, or simply duplicate clicking this button. I'll just sync since the mobile version will auto-fit based on the screen size. You can set up A/B testing by clicking the A/B button on top of the device selector. Here, you can set up as many variants as you'd like. I'll make them appear at a 1:1 ratio for now, and change the text of the second variation to test whether it gets more results. Before we go into the triggers, let's quickly visit display settings. Here, you can set up some cool display options, set a background, and resize your overlay. Dim page makes the overlay the center of attention. Fill screen horizontally stretches the overlay and is great for creating landing pages. Background fill is like dim page, but with your selected background. Lock scrolling and lock background restrict user access until the overlay is interacted with. Always on screen serves two purposes. It makes the website behind the campaign act normally and doesn't dismiss the overlay when outside of the canvas is clicked. It also allows for multiple campaigns to be shown on the screen at once. You can also hide the overlay on desktop or mobile, depending on which icon you have selected. The Triggers menu is another integral part of your campaign setup. It allows you to show your creative at the perfect moment. You can set different triggers for each of your variants, or have them all trigger in the same way. We start out in the Timing tab, where you can choose when your campaign appears. It can be after a certain amount of time, scrolling, exit intent, or ad block detection. My personal favorite is the click and hover based triggers, which let you browse your website to select an element and link it to launch the overlay when interacted with. Next, we have the targeting screen. The basic options include display after engagement, which stops displaying your campaign after it's been interacted with, and maximum displays, which you can use to limit how often a campaign displays in a session, as well as set its duration. In the more advanced targeting, you can choose to show the campaign to only new visitors or returning visitors after they've browsed a certain number of pages or come to your website after a certain number of days. You can target visitors based on their geography or referral site. Here, you can also set the campaign to appear based on the visitor's tags. Let's say you make a future campaign to target happy customers with a limited time deal. You can set the fan tag to only show them your overlay. Custom JavaScript targeting will show the campaign if your inserted JavaScript returns true, and we also have cookie targeting to round out the options. In the Pages and Position tab, we can set the pages the campaign appears on and the position. I'm going to launch this campaign on aivalabs.com/tutorial, so I'll use our keyword targeting feature by using single quotes around the word tutorial. You can also paste full links or use the star character for wildcard. For the position on the page, you can set different tiles to appear in different places using the dropdown. The same goes for our 30+ animations. You can also choose no animation if you'd like a seamless transition. Finally, we have scheduling, where you can set when your campaign will appear based on the date or a day and time combination. Let's preview the campaign to see how it looks on the website. Keep in mind that you don't have to install the tracker in order to use preview. Aiva's preview mode will always show you the campaign, regardless of your targeting and scheduling settings. Once your campaigns have been running for some time, you can access their analytics from the dashboard. By hovering over the graph, you can have a quick look at how your campaigns are performing. For a more detailed view of the analytics, click on the chevron and then View Analytics. In this screen, you can have a more robust look at how your campaign is performing and other visitor data like demographics and site behavior. You can filter the analytics by variants, by tile, by date, and more. For a more detailed look at your analytics, you can use the Traffic tab. Here, you'll find a page view breakdown of all activity that's taken place on your website. You can also export this view in a CSV format. You can find the inputs collected in the Traffic or Emails tab. Aiva's integration panel allows you to send the data collected to the workflows you already use. We integrate with Google Analytics, Zapier, and MailChimp. Plus, we're working on a lot more. Let us know what you use and we'll put it in our pipeline. The MailChimp integration, for example, just requires you to drag your campaign to the top section and select which lists you'd like to send the inputs collected to. We handle the rest. Our reporting features allow you to upload your logo, choose a color scheme, metrics, and export a branded PDF at the click of a button. Finally, our referral program rewards you for recommending your friends. You can access it from the Settings tab assign yourself a unique alphanumeric code, and you're ready to share. Contact us if you'd like more information. Thank you for listening, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions. At Aiva, we're always happy to help.